Good evening and thanks for joining us. There have been plenty of dramatic twists and turns in the story of Rob Ford, but nothing quite like this. In a statement issued from his hospital bed today, Ford said, "I could be facing the battle of my lifetime, and I want the people of Toronto to know that I intend to face this challenge head on and win." But he says he can't focus on getting better and still run for mayor of Toronto, so he's bowed out, a decision that can't have been easy and one that's an indication of how serious Ford's condition is. But now another Ford is in the race. Mike Drolet is following developments for us. Mike?
Donna, what was deemed horrible to speculate on Wednesday has become reality on Friday. Rob Ford is out. Doug Ford is in. It was the Ford entourage that had cameras running today.
What are you doing right now?
Documents in hand that would provide the missing pieces to the Ford political plans. The deadline was 2 p.m. to put a new name on the ballot, and they just snuck it in, flipping Mayor Rob Ford for brother Doug, part of a complex political shakeup. The puzzle starts with Rob's nephew Michael Ford dropping out of the race for councillor, which Rob Ford then takes on. And finally, Doug Ford, who hadn't been running in this election, slides into the spot vacated by Rob. The mayor released a statement saying, "I've asked Doug to finish what we started together so that all we've accomplished isn't washed away. I've asked Doug to run to become the next mayor of Toronto because we need him."
You're really trading out the more likable brother for the more sober-minded one, no pun intended. So we'll see, what it is about Rob Ford that voters liked in this case.
Earlier this week, a shakeup of this magnitude was unthinkable. But Wednesday morning, Doug encouraged Rob to go to the hospital for tests after complaining of stomach pain. Doctors found a tumor, and they're now waiting on biopsy results to see if it's cancerous. The mayor wrote in his statement, "Hope is a powerful thing. With hope, support, and determination, I know I will beat this."
Allow me to ask you a question.
Well, you've asked about 5. Let me answer 2 of them.
The 2 other mayoralty candidates, Olivia Chow and frontrunner John Tory, in limbo until the Fords figured out their plans, turned on each other during a morning debate. But now they know a Ford will remain on the ballot. The unknown is if Rob's support will transfer over to Doug.
He's probably going to pick up right off the bat his brother's support, so he's a viable contender, I believe.
Never a boring day in Ford Nation. It was suggested if this was written as fiction, it'd be too far-fetched to be taken seriously. As for Ford, we still don't have a definitive diagnosis. But for him to give up the fight for the mayor's office, he must have a much larger one on his hands. Donna?